Growing up in Canada, the vibrant spirits of my culture always surrounded me. My home was a haven of Punjabi food, music, and tradition. For me, Punjabi wasn't just a language I spoke. It was the language of my grandparents' stories, the language of my ancestors, and the language of my dreams. As I grew older, I realized that not everyone felt this connection. I saw many of my friends struggle to speak our language. For worse, feel ashamed of their cultural identities. It made me wonder, how could we help bridge this gap? How could we help find the joy and pride that comes within expressing our cultural identities? That's when I saw Bhangra as more than just a dance. It was a way to celebrate and share the richness of our Punjabi heritage. Each beat of the dole, every twirl of my chunni, and every stomp of my foot, it became a declaration of pride and a way of saying, this is who I am and this is where I come from. In my family, Bhangra is a passion. Inspired by our shared mission and the growing disconnect we saw within the community, my father and his friends founded a Bhangra Academy. It was a place where we could not only teach the steps and the rhythms of this dance, but also instill a sense of pride and belonging in those who wanted to connect to their cultural roots. Bhangra is often seen as a joyous celebration, a whirlwind of colorful costumes, energetic movements, and many rhythms. And while this is certainly true, there is so much more to this ancient dance that meets the eye. Bhangra's roots can be traced back to Punjab, where it originated as a harvest celebration in the late 1800s. The word Bhangra itself derives from many regions of Punjab. Putting them together created Bhangra. Originally, Bhangra was performed by men in the spring harvest celebration of Vaisakhi. It was a way for them to show their gratitude, release plentiful energy after months of hard labor, and for them to connect to their land. At the heart of Bhangra is the dole, a large double-headed drum that sets the pace and energy of Bhangra. Unlike modern forms of dance, which are often choreographed to pre-recorded music, traditional Bhangra was improvised and led by the dole player, who uses a complex language of beats and rhythms to communicate with the dancers. This communication within the dancers and the drummer reflects the communication between humans and nature, the connection between individuals and their communities. But it's not just Bhangra. From the swaying hulas of Hawaii to the stomping beats of the flamingos and the vibrant lion dances of China, each culture has a unique way of expressing joy and hope through movements and rhythms. Traditions are like threads that help us connect each other to our ancestors. But these threads are fragile and can be easily broken or frayed in this rapidly changing world. We see it happen all the time. Languages disappear, customs forgotten, and rituals abandoned. We risk losing our culture. But it doesn't have to be this way. We have the power to protect and preserve our cultural identities, both in the physical world and the digital realm. We created our Bhangra Academy as a sanctuary of Punjabi heritage. Here, we teach Bhangra in the purest forms, with the dole as a heartbeat, like our ancestors did for generations. It is a physical space where traditions can thrive, where young people can come to connect to their traditions, and where the spirits of our ancestors live on. We also need to create more physical spaces in our community, where traditions can be practiced, celebrated, and passed down to future generations. This can be done through festivals, events in schools, or even informal gatherings in our homes. The key is to making cultural heritage accessible and engaging for all, whether it is through interactive workshops, storytellings, or even inviting friends and neighbors over for a traditional meal. In fact, we live in a unique opportunity where we can use the tools of the modern world to help amplify our voices, share our stories, and find others that share our passion. Today, I'm a Punjabi Canadian, a Bhangra dancer, and an instructor in my academy. Together, we are committed to promoting, preserving, presenting, and protecting the richness of our Punjabi heritage. I believe by embracing our cultural roots, we can create bridges between generations, foster understanding between cultures, and create a more vibrant, inclusive, and diverse world. I invite you to share your stories, learn your native language, and most importantly, pass your traditions down to future generations. Let's create a world where diversity is celebrated, where traditions are cherished, and where every culture has a voice. Thank you.